bringing it back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Batman. But otherwise, welcome to the Pest of the Mind. This is a review of Season 1 of Supergirl, episodes 1 through 8 that have aired thus far from the premiere to the midwinter finale.
Yep.
I am your host for this particular episode, James Phoenix. Joining me to talk about this are additional superhero aficionados, our comic book expert from across the pond, Chriz the Mole.
Hello.
And over there, our always popular female contingent, Anastasia Lazerbeam. Pew pew.
Hey,
Hi.
thanks for calling me out and token female.
What? Way to invalidate your own gender, Jen.
Ha. With all due respect, you're sitting there in a tank top that frames your boobs, so yeah, you have done
Hey,
that
this
yourself.
was underneath my pajamas, okay? I quickly changed into something that was less than my pajama, or at least not my
Yeah,
pajamas.
less than your pajamas, exactly.
Well, like I said, I just literally took my pajama top off, because, I have, these, pajamas. So this is just the undershirt that I had under my pajamas.
So what you're saying is you've said the sentence, we are about to record. I must remove my clothing.
I just wanted to be something comfy.
You weren't comfy in your pajama shirt? What's wrong with your pajama shirt?
It's fine.
No, it's long sleeves and bulky, and...
Fair enough.
It's fine.
At any rate, let's talk about Supergirl. We're not going to talk too much about the premiere because we already reviewed the premiere of Supergirl. You can see that on back in the old X-Pound channel.
It was awesome.
Indeed, it was. That was the old Larry the Phoenix origins. So we're going to focus on episodes 2 through 8 here. For those of you who might not be familiar with the Supergirl series, basic premise. If you don't know the Supergirl lore, basically, a young girl, Kara Zor-El, the cousin of Kal-El, Superman, was sent to Earth at the same time he was, just before the explosion of Krypton. Unfortunately, in this particular continuity, Supergirl's pod was pulled into the Phantom Zone and got stuck there for about 25 years until it finally got free. And by the time she got to Earth, Superman was grown up and was Superman. And so he set her up with a foster family who raised her. And she decided that Superman was being the hero, so she was just going to be a normal person until she was forced to reveal her powers to save her sister from a plane crash. And now she is learning how to be Supergirl.
And to be fair, there is no real law to speak of with this because it's still going forward because they've mixed so much from various stuff and made their own stuff that it's its own thing.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said in this version.
I know, but I was on about with you saying if you're not familiar with the Supergirl law, I'm like, what? There is no law.
Fair enough. Well, that's what we're going with Supergirl for this one. If you're unaware, Supergirl is played by Melissa Benoist. Great and talented
Superman's
actor.
played by Blurry Face McGee.
Superman is played by a blurry face dude.
I was just joking because I said Blurry Face McGee.
Makad Brooks plays the Black James Olsen.
Or he just plays James Olsen.
Or he just plays James Olsen.
Or Jimmy Olsen.
He prefers James, actually.
No, this one is definitely James Olsen because he is unrecognizable as Jimmy in terms of as a character, not just because he's not the old Jimmy we know. He's way too.
Oh, I just said Jimmy just so you recognize that he's supposed to be Jimmy, but then he prefers James.
Fair enough. Kyler Lee as Kara's adoptive sister, Alex Danvers. Jeremy Jordan as Windshot Jr.,
like him.
a tech expert that works with them. David Harwood plays Hank Henshaw, the head of the DOA, who is the organization that is, or DEO rather, the organization established to take down extraterrestrial threats on Earth.
And it's Calista Flockhart is Cat.
That's right, and Cat Grant, her boss at Catco International, played by Calista Flockhart.
Shout out to Ally McBeal.
And damn right. Other great characters include Jenna Dewan Tatum, the wife of one Channing Tatum, as Lucy Lane, the younger sister of the famous Lois Lane, who is dating James Olsen. Peter Fasinelli as Maxwell Lord, tech mogul, and your Lex Luthor for the show.
And just for the people listening, he means Lucy is dating James.
Yeah, it's not Lois. Lucy is
Yeah,
dating
because
James Olsen.
the way you worded it,
Sorry.
she is the sister of Lois Lane who's dating James Olsen. It's like, no,
No, no,
no.
no, no, no.
Is Lois Lane also black in this?
We don't know. There's a good chance of
Because
that, though.
I'm
But
just
we don't
asking.
really know because they haven't noticed her dad is white, so who knows?
Eh,
We'll get to that. And Laura Benatti plays the hologram of Allura Zor-El that gives Supergirl advice, as well as Allura's sister Astra Inze, one of your primary antagonists, your General Zod for this program.
I think I pretty much got an idea of the cast.
And of course,
That's a lot.
yeah, and in fun cameos, Helen Slater, the former Supergirl from the 1984 film, as her mother, Eliza Danvers, and most importantly of all, Dean Cain with the beard as her dad, Jeremiah Danvers.
Okay, we're done.
I needed to get to Dean Cain with the beard. Sorry.
But yeah, if you're still with us after all that, there is a lot of cast right now, but I like the job most of them have done. Like I said, the only one I don't like is James Olsen.
Which is fair enough.
That's because if he was called something else, like let's say he was Brad Olsen, Jimmy's brother or James's brother, whatever you want to say, I would have been perfectly happy. It's calling him James Olsen makes him a bad James Olsen. Because it's Jimmy Olsen, and he's supposed to be this bumbling, sort of neurotic, nerdy character, not this suave, altogether handsome dude. It's like the polar opposite.
It is. It is.
It's like Jimmy grown up would be more like, probably more like Xander from Buffy.
Huh. Okay then. So, throughout the course of this season, we see Supergirl begin to learn to deal with her powers, learn to take on threats, and establish alliances, and try to balance her life as a superheroine with her civilian life, both with her family and as the personal assistant to Cat Grant, the head of the aforementioned head of multimedia conglomerate Catco.
Yep.
I don't know, how do we want to do this? Do you want to go episode by episode, or?
It's just a good round table around.
Okay.
Because a lot of it's going to have bled together with a lot of stuff because it's been how many weeks since it started?
True. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be only going up to episode 8, Hostile Takeover, which aired December 14th. Any of the episodes that have, such as the new episode that aired a few days ago, will not covering that. Just FYI.
I will mention one slight thing when we get to it about number 9.
Okay.
But I said when we get to it, it's one thing.
Yep, that's fine.
But I like the villains on this too.
Yeah, the villains have done a great job.
I also thought it's really clever, which it's weird you didn't list him on the list, but it's really weird or really cool. One of the villains, the husband of her aunt, is Non.
Yeah, and he talks.
Yeah, but there's a reason he talks. In the comics, when they added him to the comics after the second film and stuff, he's been lobotomized in the Phantom Zone. This is him before he's lobotomized. Which now asks the question, what the hell's going to happen to him? It's sort of that Dragon Ball Future Gohan thing. If I want to see him lose an arm, I want to see him get lobotomized. We want to see him become that Non, if that makes sense.
Oh, this is interesting because I've never even heard of him or knew anything about him.
Did you see Superman 2? The old Christopher Reeve movies?
I saw no Superman movies.
Okay, fair enough. Well, if you ever know, Non is normally the sidekick to General Zod.
Sorry, that's still I saw the newest one.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, Non is usually the sidekick to General Zod. It's normally Zod, Ursa, and Non are the 3.
No, not normally in that one film.
Okay.
Interesting.
But they added him into the comics afterwards, and they did start using him a little bit. But he's had other ones, like in this new film in Man of Steel. That's not Non or Ursula.
True.
Yeah, so this has been a pretty good season. It's seen a really natural progression. How she starts saving the world, and then she messes up a few times. I like how Kat tells her to not go so big, and eventually she goes how do you do it all? you know, and she kind of learns and she takes the things that she does in her superheroism as well as lessons for her personal life as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Calista Flockhart's the best actress on the show by far. Her character,
Yeah, I love Kat on this. She is wonderful.
Yeah, there's a development where Kat Grant is the character starts off as that faraway boss who is like obsessed with her work, very vain, very not give a shit about anybody that works for her, very stuck up
Gets
kind of
names wrong.
person. Yeah, and as time goes on, as Kara starts to warm up to her and some of the others, James Olsen, Wynn, as they start to warm up to her, she starts to warm up to them and become more personable, become more accepting, and always starts to give sort of like almost like kind of motherly advice to Kara to help her out in it. Advice that helps her out in the superhero realm, which Kat does not realize, thinking she's just helping her out in normal life. So that's kind of cool.
Yep, and just adjusting my camera. There we go. I will say, I do have 3 problems with this series.
Okay.
One I covered of James Olsen. I don't like him as Jimmy because I don't like what they've done with the character. The actor might be able to play Jimmy. He's just not written as Jimmy.
Right.
And that annoys me. Second thing my second issue with the show is they keep mentioning Superman all too much at times. Like early on, it was way too much. So Superman's done this, Superman's done that. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
it was like so many. Or Superman says this, I am Superman's messenger. I'm like Superman this. I'm Superman, I'm aiming you. And it's like, come on, like, get the fuck out of here.
Clark messaging her was kind of cool. That was
cool,
moment.
But I just felt like it was just more Superman.
That was a great way of using him without actually showing him.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, they restrain themselves from saying Superman. They normally refer to him as the guy in blue or the big guy or him. They restrain themselves from saying the name too much.
But still, it's like, get the fuck out of here.
They've deliberately not said the name. It's always cousin or him or the blue one and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But it's just a problem where they're leaning too much on Superman at times that it makes it so whatever Kara does, she's not going to live up in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, let's just ignore Superman and let her be her own person during this phase.
Fair enough.
I understand why they're doing it. The second issue I had with this is, and I have no problem with some of it, but they went way too far with the raw girl power stuff.
Mm.
And I don't mean it shouldn't be girl power. I mean, like one of the scenes, Calista Flockhart says, yeah, Perry threw a chair out the window, but because he's a man, he got away with it. I'm like, yeah, I remember all those times as a man I've thrown chairs out windows and been like, yeah, my male privilege.
Check your privilege.
Yeah, check your privilege. But I don't know if you'd agree, Jim, but it's like, come on, you don't need to do that. And sometimes they're like, yeah, Superman can do this stuff, but you'll be better than him.
I mean, I get the whole like thing where she said you have to work twice as hard to be noticed, half as less. That's just how like the world is or whatever. But then they took it a little farther than that.
I completely agree with Tiff.
Wait, what?
You have to work twice as hard to be noticed, you said, so I called you someone else's name.
Oh.
That was a joke. But
okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I understand some of it's good. Like, some of it was actually valid points.
Yeah.
But then they got a little bit crazy.
Some of it, they go way too far. Like I said, like the chair out the window, and some of it's just like, but you won't be just like him. He's a man. You'll be better. And it's like, tone it down a nudge. Because it's like, if I'm watching a boys' show, if I'm watching a show, like a guy's show, yeah.
Don't die.
I was saying, if I was watching a guy's show, I don't want them talking about how, yeah, we're better than the women, because that just makes them seem like sexist pricks. It's the same way both ways.
Yeah.
True. But give Kara credit, she took down Reactron. Even Superman couldn't do that.
Yeah, but like I said, besides that, which... Like I said, those are 3. One you could argue might be nitpicky of James Olsen, which I doubt. Because that's up to the individuals. But the other 2, even with those faults, it's still a great show, and I'm still watching it every week when it's on over here.
Oh yeah, totally. And they did a good job building up her her inexperience. It's not just now she's Supergirl and she can do everything. They actually used her sister, who works for the DEO, who revealed to be working for the secret organization that keeps down extraterrestrials, primarily because of her sister. and her sister takes her into this room and turns on the kryptonite wall and then starts kicking her ass. It's like, see, yeah, you have powers, but you're not trained to fight.
Because a lot of people have equal strength to her.
Yeah, and if you're not, and these guys all have powers. If you don't learn to fight, you're gonna get your ass kicked a lot.
Yeah,
And
which is a great message, although it is slightly funny. Because that's the one thing I would say about Superman is he's never really been trained. He just comes down.
he's just a big strong guy.
He just shows up and punches stuff in the face. He's basically like movie Batman of I'm a detective, smack in the mask. But yeah, it's like that's his thing. He punches people in the face. It's cool, but it is cool seeing her do that, and it is cool that spoiler, one of them turns out to be Manhunter.
Indeed.
But to be fair, you're watching this review, you knew we'd probably spoil it. We did mention.
Yeah, there's spoilers. It's of course the again what's his rank, Commander Henshaw, whatever the heck he is.
Yeah, which is a fun fact because he has the same name as Cyborg Superman.
Yeah, that threw a lot of people off.
But I was thinking his eyes glue red. I was like, like I mentioned to Jimmy, he has to be Manhunter.
I thought he had to be somebody because he has freaky looking human ears.
Now, speaking of the eye color, that's another nitpick of mine. I don't like Kara's heat vision.
Her husband also
like whitish blue. What's up with that?
Yeah, but her husband also had whitish blue. So what's up with that?
I think that's the standard heat vision in this universe, but still.
Yeah, in this universe, heat vision is blue, and I'm just saying her Kara because she's the main character, but heat vision in this universe is blue. I don't like that because while there is blue flames and stuff, heat vision primarily has always been red. It's Bizarro's ice vision, which is blue.
Mm.
And I know Bizarro's Supergirl's coming into it in the future. Some point they've mentioned that. What the hell? How the hell is her ice vision? How is she going to do ice vision or heat breath?
It's red ice, clearly.
Heat breath, you can go and do heat flames. Fair enough. But what the hell? It's going to look the same. Oh look, it's blue ice on blue flames. That's appealing.
No, she's gonna have blue, red ice come out of her eyes, and she's going to have blue flames come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or possibly red both.
Now, the slight spoiler for episode 9 is they did something really fucking cool at the end of episode 8. Or near the end. I loved Kat figuring out Supergirl's identity.
Yes, that was awesome.
I accidentally read the spoiler from episode 9. They retcon it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh no, you can't. I'm not saying how or anything like that because I didn't see how. All I saw is they retcon. I'm like, why would you undo the one something that's actually a really cool possibility of like?
Yeah, it was a great character development.
Yeah, she figures it out too, and I was really curious where this would go. It changes the dynamic. To quote every reality TV show ever, this changes everything.
Yeah.
I just figure out how they're gonna do that because there was multiple occasions where she was figuring it out anyway. So unless she lost,
it never really. When Supergirl showed up all the time, she was never really gonna put 2 and 2 together.
But that means he has to remember it again sometime.
Yeah, unless they're gonna erase her memory of every event that Supergirl has shown up at.
No, but I'm telling you, like, this is just gonna be a temporary thing because, like, she's gonna have to remember again.
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily that she remembered, because in the other episode she hasn't really figured it out. This one was her putting the pieces together and figuring it out. They retcon it so she basically doesn't figure it out anymore. I'm like, oh, that sounds disappointing. That's disappointing. I don't want that. I want her to know.
She must know.
Yep, now we know.
Now we know.
Now we know.
Now we know.
Yeah, we had that great development. We had we also had the great development of the sisters putting some animosity with their mother behind them. That was well done for the Thanksgiving episode.
And the whole like Hank father like mystery thing.
Yeah, but it's like
the mystery of the death of Dean Cain with the beards. Yeah, but yes.
And it's like that's one of the things where, like I was on about with the things that sort of if that makes sense, go too far into the PC or political correctness. She literally described a guy who hacked her as the epitome of white male privilege.
Yeah.
And no one bats an eye. If I was to turn around and say, oh yeah, it's a black female privilege, people would be like, whoa, what? No, you can't say that. It's like, stop it. You're going too far into the direction of just sounding like, I don't know, like the tweens on Twitter.
Hmm.
They're like, oh my god, everyone should be so offended by this because like you need to like check your privilege.
The only reason I would say that works for this one is because they were supposed to find offensive things that she didn't really mean to say or wanted to take back in her emails. So,
Yeah, but she says this out loud.
oh, she said it out loud because she was just referencing the email.
No, I meant she described him. That's how she described him to one of the people when she said he was coming in. That's how she described him. She
I
said,
know
yeah,
that.
he's coming in, and she literally says, and she says it without reading how it was. And I'm like, that's going too far.
No, I thought she was, the email had been brought to her, and then she used that line later to reference the email in like a sort of kind of like, oh, I was kind of right in the email even though I preferred it not to be getting out. Not that I'm saying it is right, but
Which, I don't know. I don't know how Jim remembers it. Like I said, I
No,
remember
I think you're right because I believe what happened was she came out of the board meeting and she went by them and she basically said we're going to watch that. Basically, and she basically said, you know, I don't really care what he wants. He's the epitome of white male privilege, and I know he's got it in for me, and he'd love if I was gone or some shit like that.
yeah,
you could be totally right.
yeah, that's how I remembered it. That's how
Okay.
she randomly described him. But it could be the other way.
Fair enough. But that was also the reveal of exactly what happened between Alora and her Kara's mother and aunt
That
back
was
in
a
the
good scene where she fucking laser visioned the shit out of the hologram.
Astra, yeah. And the revelation, again, spoilers, the revelation that apparently Astra was actually the one she was using some terroristic activities, but that's because she knew that Krypton was going to die and that they were overusing it's because they use their planet's core as an energy source and they overtaxed it. And she knew this was happening and nobody would listen to her, so she and her husband and their people started using terroristic activities to try to make people aware and try to put a stop to it and save the planet by any means necessary.
How did it
And
work out?
what's that?
How did that work out for her?
Well, not well because her sister used her fucking niece to trick her into showing up at her house so she could have her arrested.
Actually, the sister used the daughter as a niece to the other sister.
Yeah, niece to the one that got caught is what I'm talking about. She,
That was still dickish. And they have, like,
yeah, Alora used Kara and her relationship with Astra to get her to show up when she was the little
and it was cute how they still
BFF
have their
beacon.
little like digipet, like not
Yeah.
digipet, but little like like things they connect it and like
Yeah, the little
boink.
BFF beacon.
Yeah.
It's also, like I said, some of the effects are good. There's one effect which is questionable. I liked it. I know some people didn't.
What's
Okay.
that?
When they were flying through the air, punching each other.
What's that? Like just like the whirl effects or like.
Well, you saw the fight when they were in the air fighting each other.
Yeah. What specifically didn't you like about it?
I liked it. I said,
Okay.
I know loads of people. I know loads of people didn't because obviously they had to green screen it, and it's really obvious green screen.
No, I didn't think it was too bad. I mean, I expected obviously they have to green screen it. They're not gonna fucking hang people up on wires or whatever.
Don't know if they're on wires. Wow, green screen. But yeah,
Yeah, but I mean,
basically, well,
diversity.
yeah, I know it has to be green screen, but the thing is, look at Man of Steel when they're flying through the air. It doesn't look green screened. This one, the background and everything around them looks fake.
Yeah.
I'm like I can see that.
In
but I'm
fairness, they're running
okay.
on a TV budget.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm okay with that because it doesn't look overly fake.
It doesn't look blatantly fake, and you're mostly focusing on the action anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't look overly fake, and I liked it. But
I
I
didn't mind it.
know no others don't. Like I loved the scene where she saved the plane.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think my favorite scene was the reveal of Martian Manhunter thus far, personally. That speech that he gave I thought was really well written. He delivered it really well to kind of the emotion of you're here's what happened. I'm not Hank Henshaw. The fact is, your father and Hank Henshaw were tracking an alien presence on Earth, and if they were sent to destroy it, but if they got closer, your father, being a good man, realized that the alien wasn't a threat, and he made the ultimate sacrifice to save that alien and to also stop Hank, and I was that alien, and I made him a promise that I would find his daughter and I would take care of her no matter what.
He said daughter. I thought he said daughters, like in the first one.
No, he said daughter singular.
Okay.
And cause he probably figured that once she was grown up, he probably figured Kara could take care of herself.
Okay.
I thought he'd said daughters too. I thought that's why he wanted.
That's why I thought, like, in the very first time they said daughters, but in the most recent episode, with a reveal, is that he said daughter.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe he just botched the speech.
Yeah.
And that's that's why I founded the DEA, to make sure that I can keep you two safe and to look after you because I was that alien and he gave his life for me. I am the last son of a fallen the last son. I am the last survivor of my world. I am the last son of Mars. My name is John Jones. Like that was just badass. Also, I like in episode 8 where he's fighting the one of Nod's dudes. He's like, you don't fight like a human. He's like, shh, that's because I'm not.
Yep. I always liked that, and I always liked it in the comics when his name's John Jones, and it's like, oh, okay, so it sounds like John Jones. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I thought though, I was kind of expecting, and this is not a problem or anything, but I never seen too much of Martian Manhunter, but I thought, like, at least in the Justice League, he was gonna be that skinny little, like, celery-looking dude.
He has the ability to take forms.
I know he has the ability to take forms, but like when the I don't know, it was one of the first or something episodes of the Justice League where he said that was his form, and he was like, he kind of looked like a tiny little, like, not Groot, but he looked like a little piece of celery with eyes.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter takes that form. The thing is, Martian Manhunter's natural form, he's a lot taller and bulkier than a normal human. So in order to make everyone feel comfortable around him,
I get it, but I thought that was his natural form.
To a normal sized person.
But I thought that was his normal form, was the celery dude in Justice League.
That was not, no.
Yeah.
No, that was a different form. His normal form normally looks like a giant monster.
Yeah.
But he also has that skinnier form that you're on about, Pew, and this one, it's more of him when he's got, like, the suit on and stuff.
And the chest piece thing, and
and, like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He looks cool. I'm looking forward to it.
He totally does look cool.
And it's going to be really cool when they cross over with Flash and Arrow in the future, which they are supposed to do, like next year or something, because that will mean we can get Manhunter, Arrow, the Green Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl all in one show at the same time, along with
Constantine,
along with like Hawk Girl and Atom and
Firestorm
and stuff like that. You can actually get like a mini Justice League or Justice League of America Society or something going, and that'll be fucking epic.
It will be. Also, I like the fact that Martian Manhunter mentioned that Superman's a dick to him because his mind reading powers don't work on him. It's like, you can read minds? It's not important. Later.
Yep. Which I like that with the fact they've added Manhunt. And like I said, and that dynamic alone is going to make it interesting. But when they cross over with the other stuff, which, fun fact, they have said they're deliberately keeping her villains as Superman-style enemies and the alien sections of the universe and stuff. So it's nothing we've seen or would see in Flash or Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that the possibility of crossing them over will always be there, as it's made by the same people.
Yeah, I think the only Earthbound it
was the dude with the chest thing.
Oh, Reactron, yes, Reactron, and also Tio Morrow and the Red Tornado.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even
Livewire too, but she's not really human anymore.
Yeah, and even to be fair, Red Tornado's not human.
Oh yeah. Not anymore. I forgot I am.
Never. He's a robot.
Yep.
I was
But
thinking
yeah,
of the guy, and then I was like, oh wait, no, the robot.
yeah. Which, yeah, while they have got some small Earth ones, like you said, like Red Tornado and stuff, it's not going to be anyone from like Batman's universe. Like they're not
Yeah.
going to use Ra's al Ghul, mainly because he's kind of dead and been replaced by Malcolm Merlyn.
Need- Oh.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
About like Flash or Arrow or whatever, because I haven't seen all of Flash or Arrow yet.
Oh, that's why I said. Oh, that's why I said. Yeah, from 2 seasons ago. It was in season 3. It happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't mean like the last one? Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it was not this year. It was last year when it happened.
I thought you meant something recently happened or whatever. I'm like,
No, what recently happened was.
no, shut up.
No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
intentionally leaving it off, at least because my mom's about to catch up, and then we can
I'm
watch it at the same time.
kidding. I can sum up perfectly Flash and Arrow this year with one phrase. It's prep.
Okay.
The reason I say it's prep is you've seen the trailer for League of Tomorrow or
No.
Legends of Tomorrow.
No.
It's literally so far it's all been about establishing like Hawkgirl and all the people who are going to be in that and various stuff. I'm like, oh,
Is this
cool.
like
Glad
is
we
this like
took
the Hawk
glad
person
we took
from
a
Justice
detour.
League?
Yeah,
one person talk at a time, please.
Okay. I was wondering if it's the same Hawk girl from the Justice League cartoon.
and I answered yes, and then Jim interrupted me by saying, "Can one person talk at once?" in the most ironic way.
Yeah. Cool.
We were talking once at a time, Jim. I think you were lagging.
On my end, you were talking over each other.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a case of like I said, that's what this season is. It's about ironically, this season a lot of it is establishing the people who are going to be in Legends of Tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. By the way, Mo, just 'cause I'm noticing here since you did mention it, this week we just had episode 9 air, and then we have an episode on the 18th, and then on the 25th there's going to be 2 episodes back to back entitled "A Strange Visitor from Another Planet" and "Bizarro."
And
So
that's
there you
the one
go.
that introduces Stardust.
Yeah, I'm a wrestler or something.
Yes.
It is a wrestler.
How does he do this thing? Is it like this?
It's with his palms because he's got the star on his palms.
That's right. He does it this way.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
But no, like I said, I'm enjoying Supergirl. I am. I'm
Yeah,
really enjoying
And
Supergirl.
it's really a great show so far. All the acting is great. It's a lot of fun.
And it's all about equality, and it's all about various people from different regions coming together as immigrants and helping make your country great. So I know it's got Trump's seal of approval.
Ah.
Nice.
I just made a political reference.
Haha.
One of the easiest ones to make.
And apparently, I just know apparently tying into this, starting this month, DC is going to launch a 13-issue bi-weekly digital comic for Supergirl
Yep.
called Adventures of Supergirl. Not tied
Yeah.
directly into the show, it's going to tell stories in that universe.
Yeah, it will. Like they got a Flash and Arrow comic and stuff.
Nice.
I don't really like the comics
Fair enough.
because some stuff seems to contradict it. Like one of the Flash comics, which is in continuity, something in season 2 then instantly says that comic doesn't exist.
Ah.
And I'm like, I'm hopeful that means the show can constantly overwrite the comics because one of the ones of Arrow used Deathstroke, brought him back. I'm like, oh come on, if you're gonna bring it back, do it on TV. Deathstroke was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They
Nice.
did a great job with Deathstroke in season 2.
Mhm.
Cool.
But yeah, I like the main villains. I like the dynamic between Kara and her aunt,
Yeah.
where there is that more personal relationship. It's like way more personal than Superman Zod that everyone goes to with those two to make the comparison. It's way more personal than that, and also it's different because, like I said, it's family. It's different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really good and seeing how that that affects her. 'Cause even her stepsister calls her out on it and says, "Hey, I understand everybody else. She's not going to hesitate to kill you as much as you care about her, remember her from Krypton, she's not going to hesitate to kill you, and you have to be ready to do the same. And if you can't do that, you need to let us handle it.
That's how she kind of figures out that she wanted to be kidnapped in the first place.
Yeah. They reevaluate the footage and realize that she took a really weak stance and let Supergirl kick her ass.
Yep. I'm hoping, going forward, that I do have one thing I would like to see, but I don't know if it would or not. I'd
Okay.
like to see it, and I'm not saying to tie it into the new film before you think that, because I don't want the films and the TV show linked in that way. That'd be silly. But basically, I want an episode where Kara is watching TV with everyone else in the middle of the Superman Doomsday fight. So then they can kill Superman off and move it on to Kara being the big Kryptonian on Earth, and we can have the emotional stuff of, oh my God, Clark died. No. And then you can even
That would be interesting.
Doomsday as a villain to her, because he can then come over to her and have her fight him.
And maybe he won't look like ass like he does in the Batman Superman trailer.
I thought he looked awesome in that.
I don't know. I think he didn't have enough spikes, and I don't know.
He looks like one of those robot chicken claymation things to me.
Yeah, to be fair, like I said, he didn't have enough spikes and stuff. They did tone down some of the spikes, but I would ask you, which comic book costume hasn't tried to tone down stuff to make it more palatable?
This is true.
And I like the look on his face. He's like, and I'm like, yes, I want to see him fight people, and the Wonder Woman just showing up and helping. It's like, yeah, I want to see that. Wonder Woman.
I kind of want to see just a live-action version of the comic that you sent me, though. Not part of the movie, just a deleted scene. We did this for fun.
Oh yeah.
What comic did you send her?
I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's funny. But yeah, like I said, I like Supergirl. I am glad, though, that this new TV show has done one thing I was hoping it would.
What's that?
I can go over here, because props, why the fuck not?
Go for it.
As a result, this will effectively be remaking or relaunching her.
Okay, then.
Oh, I remember that one.
I like this Supergirl comic. We reviewed it. I like Supergirl and stuff. And if they do thingy, what you call it? If they do Doomsday, I'm hoping they also bring in them, the Planet Killers. They were cool. But the reason I was saying that is, for some reason, midway through, they cancelled, so they just got rid of the Supergirl comics. Like, midway through, they just ended it.
Okay, then.
So I'm like, well, if she's popular enough with the TV show, they'll probably make a new comic and add elements of the TV show like they did with Arrow and Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Which that could be fun.
Woo!
Woo. So, overall thoughts on the first 8 episodes?
Like I said, I like them. I had a couple of little complaints, but overall, I'd give it a solid watch or rent or check out, whatever you want to say, because technically it's not available to purchase yet, but when it's on DVD, buy. And basically, yeah, it's just great. Oh man, I'm loving this Supergirl TV show.
I'm loving it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's been pretty great so far. They did a great job with the characters, costumes, the effects. Calista Flockhart as Cat Grant is amazing. I've never heard of that character before now, but that's pretty cool. I don't know, is Cat Grant in the comics, Small?
She is.
Nice.
Some shows I can watch and like I'll do the laundry or something while I'm watching them or whatever. But this one, if I even like try to do something, I will just notice like I'll be standing in the same position for like 15 minutes or something that I was do whatever I was doing, because this is ones where I just sit down and watch and that's really awesome.
Nice.
It'll just grab you and that's it.
It does. It really does. It pulls you in.
There you go. Put that on the box, people. This show is so good. I no longer do the laundry. I just stand in the same spot for hours. Boom.
No,
on the back of the box. On the back of the box of Anastasia.
I stopped doing the laundry to watch this show because it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That was the quote you can use.
And the part where you mentioned I just stand still for ages. Please include that. It's
it was 15 minutes.
I want that to be a thing.
Frozen in time because of Supergirl.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. But yeah, check it out if you get a chance. New episodes are airing right now. They're on every Monday night over on
Okay.
CBS. Check that out.
Did you give your final thoughts, Jim?
I take it my final thoughts.
Oh, okay.
I said that I think it's a great show. I like it so far. I like the characters, the effects, everything they've done so far. I
Fair
would,
enough.
I would definitely give it a solid 9 out of 10 at the very least.
Nice.
It's just a really great show. I look forward to seeing the rest of the season. We now know Bizarro's coming up. That's going to be really good.
It'll be
And,
really
Bizarro,
interesting with
Bizarro Supergirl.
yeah, Bizarro Supergirl.
how
And
the whole like different color like shit works.
yeah, that should be interesting. We'll check out how they play the effects off. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
I wonder,
And
I wonder how they're gonna do Bizarro Supergirl too.
I don't
Because
know.
some stuff they do the broken skin, and sometimes they actually do the broken Bizarro speak, like me, I'm so pretty, and stuff like that, like they did with the previous Bizarro Supergirl in the continuity before New 52. However, there's also been some instances of TV shows where they use it just as an evil Superman. Like Smallville, it was pretty much just an evil Clark, but then every now and again he'd break up and get the skins. He just wouldn't do the Bizarro speak.
You know what kind of Supergirl it's gonna be? Like the Bizarro that was on the moon, that made all the moon friends with the carved out smiley faces in the Lego one. That's the kind of Bizarro that it's gonna be.
There you go.
Yeah, he is the broken skin back like Bizarro speak one. But I was just curious what they're gonna do with him. What they're gonna do with Bizarro Supergirl, so her.
Indeed. But I do notice here before that in next week's episode on the 18th, there's going to be another known villain introduced and showing up there. So stay tuned for that as well.
Woo.
Nice.
If you don't know who it is, it's up to you. But
No, I'll be watching it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So with that is going to look at Supergirl episodes 1 through 8. We'll review the rest of the season as we go forward. I don't know how many episodes there are supposed to be in total, but
20
that's usually about right. So once we finish that up, we will. Oh, one other thing. Also, we should also mention all the episode where they show what happens when that they establish that Kara has the solar flare ability, like Superman does in the New 52, and she can burn her powers out. And when she does, she has to learn what it's like to not be able to save people. That was also really good.
Yep. I like that episode. I also like that. I also love the one who, let's face it, is going to become a main villain.
Maxwell Lord?
Exactly.
Yeah. He's the
Come
loser.
on, Maxwell. Come on. You know he was gonna be evil.
Well, he's kind of evil in the comics. I believe I was told, wasn't he? Marcus Shadow was telling me, doesn't he like fund one of the Justice Leagues and then turn against them and try to kill them all?
Yeah, I know. Like I said, he is evil. He is evil in the comics and stuff. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Like what happened with Manhunter.
This is true.
Does he have
Things
an
are new.
Ironheart
Well,
like
I was just like, we know I'm thinking he's not just gonna be a villain. I see him being a main villain after all this shit because it's slowly building.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because you're slowly seeing him rise up, which that's interesting. I want to see what happens with that.
I feel like I'm slowly seeing him get attacked by everybody.
Yep. But yeah, like you said, she has the solar flare ability, which I like that ability in the comics.
Yeah,
I know when it got announced, a lot of people were like, oh, he has another power. I'm like, fuck off, it's a power that nerfs all his other powers. This is what you wanted. You can't have it both ways. It's not like he's going to be doing this every week, like, oh, solar flare.
Indeed.
Although it is fun to say solar flare, but when you do it, you should do that. Solar flare!
Is that a wrestling thing?
Nope, Dragon Ball thing. Solar flare! Dragon Ball.
Fair enough. So, with that, that's the first 8 episodes. Again, stay tuned. New episodes airing now. CBS, check your local listings. Thank you two for joining me.
A pleasure.
And till next time, I'm Jay Phoenix. We'll take a look at the end of the season, at the remaining half of the season as a whole. Chriz the Mole will be hosting that video.
Well, more than half.
That's true, it's only 8, and the rest will be like 20. Yeah, it'll be more than half, so we'll cover
like 16 episodes.
Fair enough. So we'll cover the remaining episodes at that time, and we'll talk about the rest of the season then. See you next time.